Good evening, my peoples, and welcome back to the counterattack. I hope you and yours are doing very well. Arsenal, the Arsenal, welcome Liverpool down to the carpet for leg two of the Mickey Mouse League Cup. And I looked at the lineup when it came out, and I was, a little bit happier than when I started the day. It looks like some of the Arsenal players have made a miraculous recovery from injuries, COVID, African Cup of Nations travel. So Takahiro Tomiyasu comes back into the lineup, as does Gabriel, back from his suspension, unjust suspension. Lakanga anchors the midfield, and Emil Smith Rowe is back. So pretty strong lineup, and honestly, Liverpool they put out even stronger of a lineup. The only real young player in their starting 11 is Gordon, the forward. So I knew it was going to be a tough match, and only saving grace is that we didn't give up a goal at Anfield. So we had a chance with this one. Credit to the home support today. When the match started, they were absolutely massive. The Emirates was rocking today, and it was a good, energetic start. Finally, we started really well. Martinelli was threatening down our left-hand side from the jump. Trent looked completely worried. He was giving him a lot of issues, and for that first 15 to 18 minutes, we were doing really well. We were in there with a chance, my people, but against the run of play, completely out of nowhere. Jota dribbles it into just above our 18-yard box, and he actually hits the shot, and it's fortunate to just trickle past Ramsdale. Honestly, it was like we were all watching it in slow motion. But I think what happened was Ramsdale was headed, he was on his left foot. He thought the shot was going the other way, and he couldn't switch his body weight to come and make the save, and it just trickled past him ever so slowly, right into the back of the net, and we're down 1-0. After all that good work, it's just for nothing. And you could feel the energy go out of the Emirates, and I was not looking forward to the rest of this match. After the goal, the tide of the match completely turned in Liverpool's favor, and they didn't really do too much of it. I mean, you would think this Liverpool team, how we're all used to seeing them, after they jump out in front for the lead, they are just relentless, and they do not give it up. But today, they were a little bit lukewarm after they scored. I think they were really happy just to play cautiously and break up our attacks, and frankly, they did a great job of that. A fantastic job. We had some really horrendous passes. When we were in possession, we looked like we could not keep the ball. Lakonga, I'm sorry, but today he struggled again. He played, manfully, did his best, but he definitely struggled. You could see that Martin Odegaard, he is not too comfortable playing a little bit further back in a pivot. He was our best player in the midfield today, but he again was getting bypassed, getting overrun by the Liverpool midfield. Credit to them. They came here to do a job after they scored. They weren't really too interested in dominating the game like they usually do. But they did what they needed to do, and they went in at halftime 1-0 up. I think all my fellow Gooners were just hoping for a sort of regen of that first 15 minutes of the first half when the second half started. But that's not what happened at all. If anything, we came out in the second half and looked even more lethargic, even more sloppy. It was not going very well. In the second half, Saka and Martinelli, they were complete non-entities until about the last maybe like 10, 15 minutes. Liverpool really did a good job of stifling our attack. That is really what I have to give them credit for today. Expertly done. Even when Trent Alexander-Arnold is bombing forward and causing so many problems. In the midfield and in defense, they smothered us. Kelleher, somebody that I really want to give him his flowers today. This young, I believe, Irish international Kelleher, such a composed keeper. He never looks like he's panicking, like he's in a rush. He can play with his feet. He's good. He's a good shot stopper, and really just brings a calming presence when Joel Matip is doing what he does. Really good game from him. Yeah, second half, we just kept on trying to attack, and Liverpool kept on stifling us. Liverpool's second goal came in the 77th minute, and they were good for the 2-0 lead. It was just like their first goal. The second goal, little bit of fortune there. Martinelli slips when he's headed forward. Uh, but you just cannot stop that Trent Alexander-Arnold Jota connection. What a beautiful pass over our defense, completely onside, and then Jota chips Ramsdale 2-0. And honestly, even though it was the 77th minute, that game was pretty much over. You could tell that the Arsenal players were just struggling for fitness. Tomiyasu completely rusty. Emil Smith Rowe, that man could not pass today. Saka exhausted. The only one that was a consistent threat, maybe not over the 90 minutes, but often enough, was Martinelli. I felt he really took advantage of the fact that Trent likes to bomb forward, but it wasn't good enough, and that was pretty much that. The last real gut punch today was Thomas Partey. He comes on, gets a pretty quick yellow card, and then he doesn't really do much in the game. And then in the 90th minute, makes a really silly tackle. I believe it was on Fabinho. Completely late. Didn't get the ball. We're already losing, and it's the 90th minute. What are you doing? Stamping on someone's foot. Second yellow card. He's off. Completely deserves. None of us can complain about it. But now, this man that we rushed back from the African Cup of Nations now won't be available for the Burnley game. I mean, when it rains, it pours. Thank you for sticking with me, my people. Please slap that like button and subscribe, and take care.